Kathleen Wynne's hypocrisy knows no bounds. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Ontario's Premier is outraged, I say, over news that two community colleges operating within the province also have college campuses in Saudi Arabia for men only. And now Kathleen Wynne, Ontario's Premier, has said this is unacceptable and it's got to change. Wynne told reporters on Friday that as soon as she found out about this, she ordered the Minister of Colleges and Universities to make sure this changed. Really, is this the first time that Wynne and her cabinet are finding out that there are colleges aimed only at women and only at men in Saudi Arabia? See, because here's the thing. While Algonquin College from Ottawa and Niagara College in Niagara Falls are operating men-only campuses, it's not as if there aren't women-only campuses as well. That's right. There are 19 similar colleges in Saudi Arabia for men and 18 for women. Algonquin College actually bid to run one of the women's colleges and didn't make the cut. They'd like to, they just didn't. I find it hard to believe that the Premier, the former Minister of Education, knew none of this, even though Algonquin College has been involved with their campus in Saudi Arabia. Well, they've been running it since 2013, but they were involved in providing advice since, well, many years before that. So this is doubtful. This is Kathleen Wynne reacting to media stories and outrage in some quarters that there are campuses only for men. But just like I said, as there are campuses only for men, there are also campuses for women only. This is the way the Saudis do it. This is how their interpretation of Sharia law goes. But now Kathleen Wynne says you can't do that in Saudi Arabia. Let's remind you of a couple of things when it comes to this woman. This is a woman that during the federal election campaign supported the wearing of the niqab here in Canada. This is a device used by Wahhabists from Saudi Arabia to subjugate women. And it's been imported into Canada. So she wants to tell Saudi Arabians how they have to live, how they have to educate their people in Saudi Arabia, but she wants us to accept their Wahhabist ways here. I'm not buying it. A little closer to the issue, though, of male-female segregation is Valley Park Middle School. This is a Toronto area elementary school that sits within Kathleen Wynne's own riding. And do you know what she's said about it? Well, she supports it. Why was she even asked about it? Of course you support a local elementary school. Well, Valley Park Middle School is also known for having the mosqueteria. That's right. Every Friday, this public elementary school turns over its cafeteria to a local imam who runs a mosque service in it. Now, boys are permitted at the front, but the boys and girls can't sit together. The boys are segregated from the girls. And then even further back, girls who are menstruating, they have to sit behind another barrier because menstruating girls are icky or something and therefore can't be near even the other girls, never mind the boys. This became an issue several years back. It was quite the controversy in Toronto, but when pressed on it, Kathleen Wynne would only offer words of support. So she supports the niqab. She supports Sharia law essentially being enforced in a local elementary school in her electoral district. But when it comes to an Ontario college running a male-only campus in Saudi Arabia, she's not on board. I'm not sure how I feel about Ontario colleges expanding overseas to run campuses in places like Saudi Arabia and even India and other countries. They're running them around the world now as a way to expand their footprint and the cash that helps pay for education here. I'm not sure how I feel about this business model, but I'll say this. They're not being hypocritical the way that Kathleen Wynne is. They were asked to bid on a campus for men only or for women only. They win the bid or they lose the bid, and if they win, then they run that campus. Kathleen Wynne and her cabinet had to know about this. This woman has been Premier for 2 years. She was Education Minister before that. Give me a break on the idea that you had no clue. She absolutely knew that this was going on. It wouldn't be allowed to go through without some kind of oversight from the government that funds Ontario's community colleges. But yet, she was silent on the issue until it became a controversy. Now, because she can dictate how people in another country have to live, she's fine with saying, we can't do that. But you want to run a mosqueteria here, a gender-segregated mosqueteria? She'll back you. You want to bring Wahhabist gender segregation ways through the way of the niqab to Canada? She will support you and denounce anyone that says we shouldn't be doing it. Kathleen Wynne is, unfortunately, just your standard progressive. She doesn't think it's about feelings. Right now, she's feeling the heat over these schools and deciding that something must be done. Don't believe her. You know how you can tell when Kathleen Wynne is lying? Her lips are moving.